everyone, my name is Jordy, and today we'll be diving into the hilarious and gory chaos that is Half Sword, a medieval physics-based combat game where you must hack and flail your way to victory. I'll be breaking down 4 elements: controls and mechanics, atmosphere, fun factor, and what I like to call the secret sauce. Is this clunky fighter a knight in shining armor? Or is it destined for the executioner's block? Let's find out. On the surface, the controls are simple. Clicking and moving the mouse throws punches and attacks with weapons. Although when I looked at the full button list, my head began to spin. Is there a kick button? Why would I crouch? At least it's a sprint so I can run away like a bitch when I start to lose. I'll be honest, I struggled in the beginning. Instead of fighting, I looked a lot more like I was interpretive dancing. Come here, bitch. But within a few minutes of practice, I got the hang of it. Sort of. Oh, I got him! Woohoo! The emphasis on the realism is crazy. You must consider blocking your vitals while also trying to attack your opponents at the same time, and while trying not to black out from using up all your stamina. Physics from the Unreal Engine is the main attraction, as your impacts hit your opponent leaving bruises, and eventually ragdolling them with a final blow from your sword. It's both super gruesome and rewarding. You ain't got no fucking shit now, bitch. Yeah. Speaking of swords, that's just one of the many historically accurate medieval weapons you can use in the game. You can clobber your enemies with maces, impale them with spears, brandish a sweet greatsword, and even at early ranks, you're going to be forced to fight with some medieval household items like stools, hammers, and more. Now when I say ranks, I don't mean online competitive play, you stupid idiot. When I say ranks, I mean the stages or levels of your willy. I hear you laughing, you sick fucks. Challenge mode, you start as a lowly beggar and fight in the arena earning ranked points. You either choose single combat, which nets you 1 point, or you can earn 2 points if you're able to survive more difficult battle types. These types are spoilance, a free-for-all where you start barehanded and fight with only what you find on the ground, small burt, a 3v3 battle type, and carnage, a free-for-all mode where you're equipped with the items of your rank. Earn enough ranked points and you'll be faced with a great competitor, who is the only thing stopping you from reaching the next rank. Seems easy enough. That is until you realize that if you die, you have to start from the beginning, resetting your rank points to 0. Your only saving grace is that you can surrender before you die, which only forfeits you 1 point, but to be honest, you're a whole ass bitch if you do that. The rankings are pretty straightforward. You start off as a beggar, work your way up to peasant, commoner, militia, soldier, veteran, man-at-arms, knight, and then finally baron. Each ranking equips you with different weapons and armor sets, such as the Baron, who's in full heavy armor, brandishing big shields or greatswords, and the Veteran, who has little to no armor but has access to different weapon types such as spears. Now you're probably wondering how I got to play as all the different ranks, and before you start thinking I'm super awesome at the game or something and ranked all the way up to Baron, 1, you're dumb, and 2, there's a free play mode where you can play as any of the ranks. The arena battles are fun, but to be honest, my favorite mode by far is the Abyss, which I'll talk a bit more about later. The combat may seem difficult, clunky, and weird at first, but that's the point. Just like a real knight, you have to practice and get used to fighting with different weapons. With this being just the demo, I do imagine they're still improving some of the weirder things, like when your arms get stuck behind you, but honestly, if they don't, it adds to the charm. Overall, the gameplay is difficult, but with a little time, you start getting the swing of things. Literally. The gruesomeness of the game is where the visuals make their mark. I think the attention to detail from the accurate bruising, blood splatter, and dismemberment is eye-catching and offers tons of jaw-dropping moments. The visuals in the game aren't fully polished yet, so I'm going to be somewhat lenient for the graphics. The only somewhat weird thing is that all the character models make it look like you're fighting armies of Joe Rogans. God damn it, Joe, I don't want to smoke weed and hear about elks. Sorry about that. Hearing the crunch of bones, clashing of swords, and gushing of blood really makes you feel like you're in the heat of battle. One of my favorite additions is the voices and one-liners from the enemies. What did you say, motherfucker? But the very best is when they surrender and beg for mercy after you've bested them in battle. The music also does a great job of making you feel like you're actually listening to a medieval band play. It did get a little repetitive, so I do hope that they add in more tunes, or even let you import your own songs. That'd be pretty fun. Half Sword is as fun as it is interesting. You'll drop your sword at the worst moment, fall over from being tired, run to the side and hurt yourself, and so much more. You're going to die a lot, especially if you're trying to grind to Baron rank. I personally don't have the patience to make my way up the ladder, but there's still tons of fun to have in the free play mode. Now, my personal favorite mode is the Abyss, a full-on survival mode where you're dropped into a dark depth and must fight random enemies with weapons you find scattered around. The physics-based gameplay and complexity is a recipe for hilarity. There are always different strategies to win, and every battle feels rewarding. Unless, of course, you lose, which, if you're anything like me, means you get super pissed. But to me, that's a sign of a good game. Winning should feel fun and rewarding. But losing? This should make you feel like you're gonna burn your house down. What could really take this game over the edge is if they added online play against your friends. I can already see myself slapping my friends around or pushing them in the middle of a group of knights as I run away laughing my ass off. But as it stands, the gameplay is still addictive. The secret sauce of this game is the pressure you feel when playing. As mentioned, winning is hard, so you feel rewarded, but when you lose, it's usually because of something stupid. And that's honestly perfect. Like a gambling addict at the slot machine, you load back in trying to eke out just one more win just for a little dopamine hit. Very few games these days want you to suck at the game this hard. And this one figured out that people don't want to suck. So they'll risk their sanity trying to win again and again. Add that same feeling into the Abyss, where it's just you versus everyone in a deep dark pit in hopes to survive for as long as you can, and boom! I'm stealing money from my mom's purse for another sweet, sweet hit. My absolute favorite way to play is to change the view to first person, turn the gore up to the max, giving you the full pants-shitting feeling of surviving these impossible odds. Half Sword is janky, brutal, and completely unlike anything else I've played. If you're looking for polished swordplay and traditional controls, this is not the game for you. But if you want raw ragdoll hilarity wrapped in knight's armor, this is a must try. For now, it's just a 0.5 demo, but I already can't wait for the full game to drop to see additional modes, and hopefully some online PvP play. I'll give the demo 3.8 jars of Beggar's Tears out of 5. What do you think of the demo? Is there anything I missed? Let me know in the comments. Thank you all for watching. If you liked the video, please hit that like button and subscribe for more reviews. I'll have way more content coming soon. But for now, ciao ciao everyone.